Hey, Katie. Yes, justice for all. Um, I think I need to fiddle with sound settings because it's going to be different for this. And, you know, like a goober, I should have actually put down someplace the settings I was using for the first game. Because theoretically it should work for all of them, right? But I didn't. Oh, not new game. Oh, do I have to just do... Ah, okay. I guess that makes sense. I was like, surely it'll just send me to the next game, but you don't need to play them in order, right? Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. Justice for all. So, as a note, this is a weird time I'm streaming. It's kind of early. And I'm going to be wrapping up pretty early. But I decided instead of going like 5 to 6 weeks without streaming, I'd try to get at least a little bit in here. And I didn't feel like committing to a mega RPG. So, this might work for shorter snippets. And by virtue of doing shorter streams for this, I will also save my voice. So, kind of a win-win there, really. Play this game. Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout. Maggie! Aww. Isn't she a cutie? Play The Lost Turnabout. Ganondorf? How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix, right? I don't remember who this is. Oh, it's the judge. It's a dream. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. No, this is Dark Judge. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence. You are no longer worthy of your title. Get gavelled. September 8th, 9:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Who makes this their ringtone? For real. What a nightmare. And I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Beep. I arrived to a surprise and apparently to be called out. Hey, Captain. What? Oh, do you like having ominous music for a ringtone? I don't have time for this, but I'm going to take time anyways. Uh, I have not actually gotten any unique sounds from my phone. I still use the basic bitch comes with default ringtone. I always go, I want to do something more interesting, and then I'm just so lazy. I'm like, eh. The anxiety it would give me. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but... It's nothing personnel, Mr. Attorney. A few minutes later, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. So, it's kind of messed up to do this, but I do kind of appreciate, at least for the second game, they're like, how do we justify a tutorial when Phoenix has already been a lawyer now? What if we give him some head trauma? Now, admittedly, that's really messed up that that's what the solution they came up with. But you know. So I don't change my ringtone anymore. Back in centuries, nothing was called. Knows we designed, in fact, how much dread the phone call would give me, so I would know exactly what I was in for. Ah, I've always considered doing that, like just for like a specific few people. Like goodness knows if it's like a boss or something, just so I would know it was a boss call coming in. Family got the most ominous, obviously. I can understand that. Not that anyone can tell that Phoenix Wright took any head trauma. Look, until, spoilers, the end of this game, Phoenix has an immaculate track record that nobody respects. Ow. My head. It's throbbing. And why does it feel so foggy in there? Good morning. Uh, good morning.
What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit?
Sorry. Can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts.
Roger that.
Aw, isn't Maggie great? Am I in trouble or something?
Huh? Trouble?
Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong.
What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble.
What?
I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Life in my hands?
You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty.
Also, yes, I am aware. My Maggie is like 90 to 95% already what my Maya is. It's fine. We just have to live with this. I have my limitations. Not guilty?
Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off.
Leave it to me.
You said you, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day.
Look at... Oh, isn't she precious? Her eyes shining with hope. Which is impressive considering she's had a rough go of it lately. It's okay by it isn't in this case anyway. This definitely... Well... God, I feel like I don't remember the extra cases from the third game that well. With fake Phoenix and all that. Because that's where she returns as the... Whatever, I'm getting ahead of things.
And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever.
What is this girl babbling about?
Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and...
Good lord, you need to get better hobbies, girl. I mean, guess actually I'm playing this right now. So, wait. Damn, I was about to insult her for using her free time to watch court proceedings, but I'm playing a game about court proceedings. So truly, I am just burning myself with that line of logic.
What's wrong? You've been acting really strange and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir.
Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to ask. Watching you play Corpus Six, how do you think we feel? I know, right? There's a thorny path that logic winds through. But here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you?
What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial?
Yeah, she's not even that old, is she? Yeah, age 22. She's such a goddamn baby. Oh, man. Since I already popped this open, I guess we should go through this. Maggie Bird, age 22. My client. The only thing I can recall is that she's a policewoman. And he's not even... Phoenix doesn't even recall that. He's just basing this off the fact that he sees her in a police outfit. Dustin Prince, age 30. The victim. And the policeman. It seems that he was dating the defendant, Maggie Bird. Most importantly, we have our attorney's badge. It's my all-important badge. It shows that I am a defense attorney. Cell phone. I found this in my pocket, but I don't remember what it means or how it got there. Dustin's autopsy report. Time of death, September 6th at 6:28 p.m. Cause, a broken neck. Body was also covered in bruises. And glasses. Found under the victim's body. Pieces of nearsighted lenses were found nearby.
You're absolutely horrible.
No. I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
Is this how a defense attorney treats his clients, sir? I can't believe this.
No, it's just, well, I think you have the wrong person.
Yes? I'm...
Who am I? Why am I drawing a blank? The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer, Phoenix Wright, please proceed to the courtroom immediately?
The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay?
I guess I must have amnesia. So, either this is all happening, or I'm about to wake up and fight God. But this is a visual novel style Phoenix Wright game, not a JRPG. So it's the former and not the latter. Let's see. What can I piece together? From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I'd prove her not guilty. Can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Amnesiac Phoenix, putting past Phoenix on blast. Someone, please, tell me this is just a bad dream. Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from? September 8th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Wright? Are you talking to me? You say I'm a defense attorney, sir? I guess not. Now then, are you ready? No. What if I said no? Would that be alright?
Of course it wouldn't.
Then why bother asking to begin with? Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of... The responsible thing to do would be to tell them you have amnesia. I mean, but Katie, look.
The court will not hear the defense's excuses. I don't care if you have amnesia.
You must defend your client.
Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair, but swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten.
Actually, I have.
Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover.
Also, reading between the lines, they clearly must want Maggie to be declared innocent, because they made Payne here her prosecutor.
And what's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer.
A policeman? What? To a policeman?
It wasn't me. And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that.
Man. I feel like the feathers are a little try-hard when your name is Bird, but Maggie does pull them off. I mean, if Payne was the prosecutor and I was guilty, I'd assault the defense too. Try to pull off that toupee.
In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant.
Objection! Hey, Darth. Overruled.
Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness.
It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie. Like all that mercy I showed you when you whooped my ass.
Okay. And who are you again? Oh, hell yeah. Cheap viewers on. Let's just get rid of this. Heresy. Hurt. Okay.
The prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand. Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright.
Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. And his primary witness is Dick Gumshoe. I know. They're trying with all their might to just make sure Maggie can get out of this.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
You don't look very well, detective.
Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so, you know. You work under that detective?
Yes, sir. While I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I'll never forget what he's done for me, platonically.
Okay. Calm down. I believe you.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters. Expose Park. Yeah, no, smack that lawyer like he was a puppet with dying batteries. Think Gumshoe's non-existence prodigy son and could also have a bird motif just saying. Oh man. I don't think I've ever said that in something being recorded. This is far down the line, but a joke I've made because there is for now only a sequel trilogy. I mean, there's also the other spin-offs, right? The prequel set in Victorian era London or thereabouts, the Great Ace Attorney duology, and there's the Miles Edgeworth Investigations duology, which is getting that release soon. The Ace Attorney Expanded Universe. But they have the 7-year time skip when they do the sequel trilogy. Includes Marvel vs. Capcom. And we have yet to actually see Gumshoe then. And I don't know why. But desperately, deep in my heart, I have made this desire of a headcanon that eventually one of the tag-along sidekicks will be Gumshoe's young child in that, like, kid 6 to 8 range, a la the character we're going to meet in the next trial, who is, like, a prodigy detective son. Like, as bad as Gumshoe is at his job, his 7-year-old son would actually be, like, a genius who's actually good at it. And his Conan Edogawa. Yes, exactly. And the only female love interest almost at all that Gumshoe really gets is Maggie here. Which, I mean, they don't have, like, the worst age gap, right? Yeah, 31 to 22. That's not that bad. I don't know. It was actually the age gap my parents had. They were, like, 9.5, so half the year it was a 10-year age gap, half a year it was a 9-year. Since I'm in this menu anyways, and I've wasted more time. Winston Payne, age 53. It is going to destroy me when I revisit any of these games in a couple decades and I'm Winston Payne's age. That will just be like a full Omae wa Shinderu Fist of the North Star moment of crippling psychic damage. I have time before that. But that time is being eroded. The prosecutor for this case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Even Winston Payne's summary is like, sucks ass. He's awful. Basically, they give him cases so he can lose them. For now, you can just have the psychic damage being older than Gumshoe. That's really bad enough. Dick Gumshoe, age 31, detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation. Ow. Ow, ow, ow.
The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince.
I don't think as a kid I actually put together Dustin Prince is like, he's Dustin for fingerprints. Or you have to say that he's only 31. This is fair. In Japanese terms, being 31, he's basically an old man on his way to death right now. Would you say you are Winston in pain? A little bit.
He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday.
Yes, this autopsy report, correct?
Why do I not remember getting a copy?
I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented.
Sorry, that was Winston Payne.
The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirm the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
God damn. Nickelback really did ruin generations, didn't they? Well, Nickelback, and then also the combination of that, and then the internet video generation responding using the easy meme joke that it was.
Very well. The court accepted into evidence.
Crime photo 1 added to the court record. You know, people really like to use smash watches as times of death, like that's the only way a watch can break. Honestly, yeah. Like, they've never done that, right? Where it's like, actually, this watch has been broken all along. But how many times, just casually in your life? Well, okay. Christ. Oh my god. I don't think anyone here is young enough. But the idea of having broken watches is going to be a dying concept, isn't it? Because now everyone just uses their phone. Oh. Oh. Okay, I need to move on, actually.
Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing.
It's true, I'm turning into dust. It's real bad. I don't know why I'm so bad for this right now.
A very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Yes, I guess?
Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body.
Was there?
Have you lost your mind?
Well, actually... it's just nerves. Give me a second.
What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir.
All right, sir. I'll help you through this. Oh, bless you, Maggie. A goddamn pocket watch that went in elementary school. It was cool. No child will understand it. God, pocket watches are cool, aren't they? Like, they're very inefficient now because, you know, who wouldn't have a phone that just has a much easier to use clock on it? But there's just no aesthetic to using a phone clock, you know?
At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record.
Court record?
Yup, info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing the R button.
I never did finish. No, I won't because I was getting exposed so bad at being bad at the puzzles on it. But it was cool, the, what was it? The Tale of the Obra Dinn or whatever? With the checking the past deaths reverse stopwatch thing. That was cool. Like, it's just such a solid object aesthetic to work with. The return to the Obra Dinn, yeah, okay. The R button, huh? You really know what you're talking about, don't you?
It's too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead.
Oh, God, that would have been awesome. I would have loved Maggie getting to join. I mean, the other assistants we get are nice, too. I like Maggie. But, you know, maybe Maggie would kind of go. And she's probably too thin to actually be around that long, but... Now I'm looking up pocket watches. If I'm going to be an old man, I'm going to be a cool old man. I mean, we both read enough manga. That's the true life goal, isn't it?
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is now in session. Save your chit-chat for later.
Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I'd better check the court record and see what I can find. We already looked at the glasses, but we can look at crime photo 1 again. Man, look at all those Danganronpa killers that were above. If I can be 1/4 as cool as Shigema, I've succeeded in life. Okay, I was not gonna do that, but holy shit, the chapter of Akane Banashi this week, like, the first 90% is already just really good for Akane, but then Shigama walks in with one of the most badass intros of a character in Shonen Jump ever, and he's just a Rakugo storyteller. But it looked so goddamn dope. Well, I guess I'd better check the court record and see what I can find. What was it again? The R button?
Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body?
What do you mean, just a Rakugo storyteller? It is fair. Like, we've seen enough other things where Rakugo is cool, but like... Oh, it's... This is like... the shonen protagonist won their hard fight, they're really showing off, and suddenly a last boss is showing up. Oh shit, they're gonna die. Then their mentor shows up. It's that level of impact. Except not just that level of impact, but like the coolest level of impact you can go for the appearance shot. We could say a wallet, glasses, or police badge. I don't think any of these will be particularly funny. I know sometimes, I don't think I encountered this in the first game at all. They do sometimes cheekily give you like a game over for some wrong answers. But whatever, I'm not like achievement hunting or anything. We'll just go with the boring right answer here. Glasses. That's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses. Observe as I psionically project this image as I say this.
That's right.
The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held onto them as he fell. Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye?
Wait, something I want to see. No, I guess they do look like they could be... Like, obviously, that's not how they're drawn on her, but also drawing actual glasses with how simple these are would be kind of hard. Oh, did you clip it so that Katie could see what it looked like? Hell yeah. We're probably going to get... Although Akane Banashi is not like... It's really artistically well regarded. I don't think it like does gangbuster sales. But I want to say we're probably going to see an anime announced for it in a year or two. Although I guess at this point, with how hard they're pushing it, we'll probably get something for Kagurabachi before then.
Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye?
Those glasses you're wearing.
Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine. I swear, sir.
It broke 1.5 million 6 months ago. For volume sales? Ooh. Wait, are you talking about Akane Banashi or Kagurabachi? Did Kagurabachi exist 6 months ago? No, there's no way it's doing that well, Akane. Okay. That's good enough. Like, that's not, like, crazy, but that's pretty solid. It's got some length on it, obviously, so that adds up, but still. You sure about that? You know, I guess the answer is they could probably be the same prescription, and also this is bullshit Phoenix Wright world. They're trying to rush this trial as fast as they can. But theoretically, they could just check and see that those are probably not the same prescription, right? Like, I don't know how much of a eyeglass you would need to be able to tell that, but I assume it would not be too much. Although depending on, because you need the curvature for the refraction of the light, I don't know how much of that you really need. No, because you could just put it together though. There's no way they couldn't figure out the prescription for broken glasses.
Look, it was a coincidence that on that same day, I accidentally stepped on mine.
How? Wait, hold on. How did... Well, I guess maybe what happened is she put her glasses somewhere, and she missed, and they fell on the floor, and then when she was walking around, she stepped on them. I feel like it's pretty hard to step on your glasses, though. I've knocked them over a ton of times, but... A coincidence, she says. Ugh.
Your Honor, I have further evidence to present.
Oh, you have more?
And this evidence is very decisive.
Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence.
I have 2.5 decades of experience wearing glasses now. I want to say I was in 2nd grade when I got my first set of glasses. Because, you know, it took me until I was like 7 or 8 to be like, man, I keep going on anecdotes here. In my case, what I discovered was I was having a hard time following along reading something when we were reading like a projected little message in class. Like, you know, that little projector that does the slide and you see it there. And I just couldn't really read along. And I don't even remember the kid now. I think he was on pretty friendly terms. I'm not sure if we were friends, or if he was just like a nice kid I was next to. I was never really good at making friends in school anyways. But he was like, you want to see if my glasses could help? And they actually made it easier for me to read. And that was when it's like, oh shit, you know, it turns out, thinking about it, people can see better than I thought they could. But, you know, I was a dumb kid. I wasn't thinking about the fact that, you know what, maybe the world isn't meant to look blurry to everyone. Decisive evidence.
There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir.
They really love. And I guess in fairness, this is one of the most classic detective/crime tropes. The victim leaves the name behind. What do you mean you can see individual leaves? That isn't humanely possible. That's one of the biggest ones. It depends, obviously, on when you get your glasses. Mine was in the winter time, so it wasn't leaves. It was seeing the tiny branches instead. But it's always trees. Trees, and mine was also late at night, so it was also... Oh, stars are little pinpricks of light. You would think that our coworkers would know how to spell her name, though. Yeah. Now, I will say, in fairness, because we know what the trick here, right? The killer must have heard her name, but not because you wouldn't know that. This would get me too. Like, if I hear the name Maggie, I would also assume IE and not EY. And I think IE is probably the more common spelling. But also, names are bullshit. Rosebud.
I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, with an IE, sir. With this piece of evidence in the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit.
It is really messed up, though, that Gumshoe just reads this out. Like, admittedly, we know Gumshoe's issues with competence. I'm gonna assume it's also just he's so insanely worried for Maggie that he's thinking even less straight than usual. Which means, instead of just being like a squiggle going everywhere, it's now looping in on itself to a degree where it's almost becoming an infinitely expanding fractal of just squiggles of not understanding what's happening.
This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor.
Why, Mrs. Yes, I can see her name is clearly written here.
Also, I know Maggie's not, she's a client, she's the defendant here. But is she not also seeing this here?
The prosecution would like to submit this picture.
Understood. The court accepted it for evidence.
Crime photo 2 added to the court record. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. Victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground.
But, I already told you, those glasses aren't mine.
Maybe she's distracted. Oh, Maggie. Wake up, Maggie. I think we have something to say to you. This is not how you spell your goddamn name. Why don't you know that? How do you explain his dying message?
It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine?
This is it. I'm counting on you.
Sure. But what am I supposed to do?
What? This isn't like you at all. Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces.
Get in their faces and do what? Admittedly, too, part of this is because also Maya gets tried for murder every so often anyways. But also, Maggie is definitely also your Maya for this first case.
I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time.
Lie? But isn't that detective your superior?
Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Gumshoe's kind of a moron, to be honest. He's still my precious mentor anyways.
Surely when we next meet Maya, she'll totally be your assistant again. I mean, it has to be Maya. How else will we have an assistant who can occasionally channel Mia? Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. I mean, this right here, this screen with Gumshoe doing his eyebrow wiggling and Phoenix saying he does sort of look like a scatterbrain, this right here is like 5% of the entire Phoenix Wright experience.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as I can expose the lies, we should be all right. Oh, decisive evidence. Okay. Do I? Oh, sweet. I can press too. Excellent.
There's something even more. There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir.
About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client?
The lenses are for nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kinda like the ones she's wearing in her ID, pal.
So what you're saying is, these glasses that you think belong to her look kind of like her glasses, and therefore they clearly must be her glasses. What should I do now? Like, I know what the answer is, but I'm curious what continue pressing gives us. Hold it. Almost, and kinda, are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have more definitive proof? What is this actual, like, lawyer moment? Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses?
The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else.
So what you are saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my client's.
Something like that. Wait, what?
I say, so there is no proof.
Wow, that was amazing! I could totally feel it down in my gut.
I like how, like, clearly what it is with amnesia, Phoenix doesn't know better that these trials run on bullshit. So he raised a good point there, and everyone acknowledged that that was a good point. Anyways, moving on.
During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area.
Now, you're sure he was pushed and that's how he fell?
Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else.
Let's continue with your testimony, detective.
Anyway, the victim fell pretty far. But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed.
The culprit's name?
Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but...
Was the name that of my client?
I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name. Maggie, with an I-E, sir.
Are you absolutely certain?
Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look at it, it still says Maggie, with an I-E.
He's got a point.
Hey, hold on.
Huh?
Don't me. I know the picture says Maggie, but now that she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence.
So that's what spotting a contradiction feels like. I'd better check the court record again.
With this piece of evidence in the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit.
And you are certain that it was the victim who wrote the name on the ground?
There were scratches on his fingers from the rough sand, and there were grains of sand stuck under his pointer fingernail.
It certainly seems that the name was written by the victim himself.
That didn't go well. The writer really was the victim himself.
And we're in a lot of trouble.
Don't give up. Keep that fighting spirit going.
I'm glad you're all pumped up, but
I really want to see your special move, sir.
by what?
You always look so cool when you present evidence.
Present evidence? Oh, that present evidence. Enlighten me. I mean, we know what it is, and I feel like this is just going to be like pure tutorial, but I am a little curious to see how she says it. Enlighten me. About this presenting evidence.
Okay, when you're listening to testimony, you can compare it with the court record. If you do that, you're sure to find contradictions in the witness's statements.
Contradictions?
Well, there are many reasons why a testimony might contradict the evidence. The witness might be lying, or maybe they're just mistaken.
Huh? And?
You still have no idea what I'm talking about? When you find a contradiction, open the court record to the item you need.
And then I present that evidence, right?
You got it. You can also present people's profiles as evidence.
Oh. Right, that's not in the first game at all. Oh god, that's right. That means if I present things to people now, I have twice the things to present. Oh god, I'm gonna have so much optional dialogue. Okay.
With so many items, make sure you present the right thing.
Sounds complicated, but I'll give it a try. You're pretty good at this.
Wow, being praised by a pro. I don't know what to say.
Okay, I'm actually glad I did that, because I probably would have presented the wrong thing then. Okay, Gumshoe. What the hell, bro? You mentored her. Have you never seen her name? No, Gumshoe had the right reports. Whatever. She wasn't saying her name was spelled wrong anyways. And now it is time. Yeah. You know it. He has awakened.
What is it?
What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. And I yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. The inner lawyer has risen. What a rush! Now, I'm kind of joking about this a little bit. Honestly, I think this is a little bit hype. Like, it's dumb, yes. But it's kind of fun, the idea that, like, he got struck in the head, he has temporary amnesia, but when the moment comes, it is ingrained in him now. It is a reflex for Phoenix to just yell objection. It's the right kind of, like, dumb cool. Detective Gumshoe. You talking to me, pal? Please say the defendant's name for me. Holy shit, Winston Payne. I forgot you sounded like that.
What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright?
You'll see, this is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please.
Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's, name is, Maggie Bird.
I think someone needs to check the court record. Look at Phoenix being all smug.
What? It says right here that it's Maggie Bird.
It looks like the bird caught the cat napping.
What's going on here?
I have no idea either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggey. This is a blatant contradiction of facts.
Whoa.
How about that? I hadn't even noticed. Oh, Gumshoe.
But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly.
May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover? If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name. Oh, Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix, my sweet baby boy. My sweet naive lad. I know you've only dated like once. And, oh boy, were there things going on there. But let me tell you, it is incredibly possible for people to be lovers and not know someone's name. Let's make sure I add this objection here. That's it. I think it still works here because it's just really obvious it's a setup.
No.
This is very true. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince,
This was in the year 20. Culture was different.
were in fact lovers?
Yes, I am quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force.
You know, it does explain a lot that, like, because in fiction, there's always a classic thing, right, where it's like, actually, you really shouldn't date a coworker. It's a bad idea, but that's part of the fun thing about when you're watching it, because you're like, it's not the right thing, but also they're always together and they have this rapport I like, But of course, Phoenix Wright Universe are like, oh yeah, these cops are dating. They can date each other. They're in the same precinct. This is perfectly fine. Our best detective at homicides is Gumshoe. Clearly it's okay if our cops are dating each other. This won't cause any kind of issues. It's not a well-known, documented problem. Oh, well.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify for the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant.
Oh, poor Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Dustin and Maggie. Officer Prince and Officer Prince and Officer Bird had been going out for about half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Maggie, Officer Bird, had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was a statue clock of the Thinker. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him. No, we know it's not a statue of the Thinker, otherwise he would have been bludgeoned to death instead.
Oh, those two sound like they were close.
Nevertheless, tragedy struck.
Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright.
Dustin and Maggie. Officer Prince and Officer Bird have been going out for about half a year. I actually assume this is the one that teaches us about pressing, but I'm going to press on everything anyways, because I do, so. How do you know about this? Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Bird was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off. They got close, I take it. Actually, wait a second, that reminds me. Oh man, I didn't realize that. Gumshoe's only like a year older than Dustin Prince. Now, he looks way older than Dustin Prince. Like, I almost wonder if they changed the... No, probably not. Whatever. They got close, I take it. Actually, I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. Oh, Gumshoe. We're between games right now. This means your salary's at the highest it's going to be before the prosecutor starts to hate you and cut it. Ah, poor boy. If only I had gone on that trip.
What is it?
Oh, nothing, sir. Really. Anyway. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. Marriage. Marriage brings us together. Marriage? But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? What? You saying a guy's gotta marry someone the same age as himself, pal? No, that's not what I meant at all. It's really funny too, right? Because, like, all of the, like... Well, I guess that's not true, actually, with the next game. But, like, Phoenix's hetero love interests, if we even acknowledge the possibility of that, are all younger. But of course, his potential boyfriend, locked in, same age. Or close enough anyways.
Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know.
I think this fella has a ways to go before marriage.
Mind your own business, pal.
Oh, poor Gumshoe. This is a rough trial for him.
The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir.
The day of the incident? You mean September 6th?
Yeah. The victim, Officer Prince, had just gone off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit.
So he just turned 30. That's a good point, yeah.
I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time.
Goodbye and Phoenix would have one canon shipper, I guess. It is true. Which is technically more canon shippers than Phoenix and Edgeworth have? No, that can't be true. There's gotta be something. I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. But maybe it's just the sheer, like, momentum of the fandom, too. That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. By the way, I saw this right when we were on the like gumshoe, like he's scatterbrained. I was like, that's 5% of the Phoenix Wright games. This right here, this is like 10% of the Phoenix Wright games. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man, Your Honor. That's about all you do for us. Emmasley is a big Edgeworth fan, but not sure if it extended to Phoenix Wright and Edgeworth. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just being a fan of Edgeworth, but I could see her turning that way.
Maggie, I mean Officer Bird, had gotten Officer Prince a present.
You seem to know a lot about the defendant.
Well, that's because, I'm her boss, and I've got to watch out for my subordinates.
But even what she was going to give as a present? Isn't that going a bit too far?
Hey, pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches their...
I really don't need to know that much.
Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness.
I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant, that should not be a point of discussion at this time.
Okay, let me count this objection first. How bad is it, like Gumshoe is this obvious, that the judge, the densest, most blind, can't put 2 and 2 together to reach 4 if his life depended on it, motherfucker, can tell that Gumshoe has a crush on Maggie? That is damning for everyone involved.
Whoa, wait a second. Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty, guilty, guilty. I should have you arrested.
I think the good detective is about done here.
It was something she had bought over 2 months ago.
Over 2 months ago?
Yep, she's a very considerate woman, pal.
Also, man, Maggie, that's impressive. I have a hard time buying gifts for people like a week or 2 ahead of time. So, what was this birthday present?
She got him a glove.
A single glove? Why would she only give him one?
Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove.
Well, I say, a baseball glove.
Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan.
A baseball glove? Press further. You know what? On the bright side, despite his crush, he did support her in her romance with Prince. Yeah, like... There's... Because obviously the other problem too, although I think Prince might have been, like... Maybe despite Prince being older, they were both, like, the same level, so... Obviously, between Gumshoe and Maggie, there's that, like, seniority power dynamic that makes it a little bit weird, too. Like, I don't think the age gap is so bad. But that also is, like, a personal choice thing, I think. And I wouldn't blame someone if they were like, that's too much, especially if she's only 22 and he's 31. I think it's just, like, Gumshoe is just such, like, benign big dog energy. It's hard to, like, attribute anything real negative to him. But I would also believe, like, he would definitely... He would do anything for someone he likes, even if it personally hurts him. Just now, I believe you said that the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance?
Nah, nothing like that, pal.
Then, what is it like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Custom made? The glove was custom made? Yep, that's what I said.
So the glove was custom made.
Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to this case.
Yes, it would seem that there is little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case?
Of course it's relevant. Probably mostly because they're trying to introduce this mechanic. I don't know where this will lead me, but of course it is relevant. That glove is the key to this whole case.
Yes! Bluffing to the max!
Now, this is the Mr. Wright I know.
I'm so happy you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great.
Pressing people. It feels like I've done this before. As if I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people.
Very well. If you are that convinced, then let's hear some more about the matter.
Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And?
Why did you say so earlier? And show the glove to the court.
Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir. Oh. Oh, man. Was Prince colorblind? Like, Maggie, please. But no.
That's other yellow, isn't it?
Baseball glove. A birthday present from Maggie to the victim. It was custom made. Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. I mean, if he liked it, I guess, but And that's why you had to special order it?
Yep, that's right. That, and one other reason.
Ooh, banana. I think this court has heard enough. It's clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim?
A birthday present from Maggie to the victim. It was custom made.
I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground.
Yes, sir. Writing on the ground. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand.
Yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, we may cross-examine the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, man. Writing on the ground. We first looked into the handwriting. But can you really determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand? This is why amateurs are amateurs. See, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Scientific investigation in this country is actually pretty good.
I believe it's time to get back to the real point.
Agreed, Your Honor. So, what was the result of the investigation?
Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. So in the end, you couldn't confirm it. Hey, don't look down on us. I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation. Oh, Emma would be so mad right now.
I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
Nor I.
I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir.
Oh, jeez, Gumshoe.
Oh, okay, so I made it up. Anyway.
Man, I did not remember how bad Gumshoe got it, like, right away. I guess the first game they already dispensed with the illusion that he was decent at his job, so just right now they're like, let's just go right into it.
Next, we check the victim's pointer finger.
His pointer finger?
You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces?
Ha ha. Don't tell me it bothers you.
Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal.
Man, that makes the objection counter I have going really dark.
In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct? Yeah, we figured there should be something on his finger if he had been writing in sand.
But the results?
We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail.
And what does that prove?
Well, it proves that he did write that name with his own finger. Yes, which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail.
I guess he's right.
And there's more. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground.
Scratches on his skin?
Yep, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there.
That is incredible.
Sure is. That's the power of scientific investigation. They're so small that we had to use a magnifying glass. Like a really strong one. It's got that really scientific sounding name.
You mean a microscope?
Yeah, that's it. We used one of those and that's how we found them.
Gumshoe. My man. How did you not remember microscope? I know you don't work in forensics directly, but my dude. I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is.
From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand.
Are you absolutely sure?
I believe in the power of science.
I wonder if my evidence is solid enough to counter with. Listening to this, you would think there was only one conclusion. That the name was definitely written by the victim. Okay, like we feel bad for Sally because maybe they are warranted. No, maybe.
But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin really wrote that message with his right hand, do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present?
Present? What about it? Also, as someone who's never really been big into sports, even I could tell what they were getting at, but I feel like maybe they shouldn't have danced around it quite so much. I have to assume this is what it wants from us. Yeah. Detective Gumshoe, take a look at the banana. Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this.
That's the glove, right?
Could you tell the court what is special about this glove?
What's special? Never really thought about it, but, it's really yellow. And, that's about it.
Yes, it's really yellow, That is only one of its qualities. Huh? There's another reason why it's special.
And what could that be?
It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. Left-handed?
Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand.
That is why it had to be custom made. I have never seen a bright yellow left-handed glove for sale. Left-hander's glove for sale. Have you? Well, no. So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again? Well, that's easy. Look, it's obvious from this picture that it was his. What? Wait a sec. Don't forget that the victim was left-handed. Ah.
This is, I mean, I object.
Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. I mean, you could definitely, like, finger a name with your offhand, but to be fair, that is some, like, goddamn gorgeous script for a dying person with their non-dominant hand. So yeah, it still scans either way.
Order. Order. When you think about it that way, then yes. It is not possible that this name was written by the victim himself.
Then that means Maggie is.
No, it's not possible.
Mr. Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
the evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt.
Training in calligraphy finally pays off.
In fact, I believe you are proving her to be innocent.
No. All right, you did it, Mr. Wright.
I feel like I can breathe again.
It seems that we have reached a conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright.
Me, Your Honor? Oh, well, thank you, sir.
See, you got complimented by the judge again. You're really good. And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir.
Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire.
I will now announce my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird.
No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne?
The prosecution is not finished yet.
What do you mean?
We would like to call our next witness to the stand.
What?
I want to this witness.
The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit.
What the heck?
Order. Order in the court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from this new witness.
I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. Need more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. Can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here.
Court is adjourned for recess.
Oh. Well, actually, that worked out super well time-wise. Now, if I was in a proper state to stream, I would just do the second half and, do the first trial. But, uh, I need to. Oh, how many save slots do we have? Oh, plenty. Good. Even though I could just save over these ones, I'll give this a new game slot. Ace Attorney, justice for all. Ah, yes, it needs to abbreviate that because it does that. All right. All right. The problem with doing this is it's very quiet, though. Good old Pwa. So yeah, I don't know, because I am still cutting into my sleep time a little bit to do this. Although I took a nap earlier, so it's probably gonna work out. So I don't know if I'll try to do another mini stream tomorrow. This might just be I'm gonna try this out. It might just be I only do like a little itty bitty stream. But hey, this is some progress. I'll at least get through this. Um, but this was nice. It was nice to just hang out. Phoenix Wright's always a good time, even if goodness knows some of these earlier bits made me reflect on impending mortality and the passage of time. And we're already up to 9 objections. Which, you know what, let's just... I'm going to drag that over like 1, because I'm going to need to adjust it anyways. Thank you for hanging out with me. I need to go sleep, though. And maybe the rest of you do, too. For now, good night. Until next time.